You might be shocked to find out what I'm about to do. Gonna make an Adele album review. English pop sensation, multi-award winning, the woman responsible for Hello. She's back. I think her last studio album was in 2015 or 2016. She released her, not breakout single Hello, but I mean it projected her to meme status. And that previous record, it's called 25. And that was like, what, 5 years ago? So now, we've got 30. The dirty 30s. Right from the jump, this thing is a lot more mature and kind of like refined, and so many excursions into maybe longer song lengths. Not this is anything new, but a lot of orchestral arrangements, a lot of dense grand piano, her typical booming authoritative voice on pretty much all of these tracks. There are a couple of pop crossover tracks, like serious pop crossover tracks, that I'm really not feeling personally. The songs Oh My God and Can I Get It, they both just sound like really slick, really overproduced, really pristine electro pop and sort of pop hop. Very little in the way of soul or character, defining character. The former that I mentioned, Oh My God, is correct. Oh my god. Obnoxious, goofy vocal samples. Basically just sounds like top 40 bait. Sounds like something I've heard before. Not even necessarily done better, but just crap that I've heard before. Don't care for it. Can I Get It is just kind of slick pop hop. Did it again. Features these really just done to death drum beats. The chorus is super generic. The whistle melody line is super campy. Bland, obvious acoustic guitar chord progression. Can I Get It? I don't want it. Now that I got my serious negativity out of the way, let's get into what I enjoy about this record. Let's start with the lead single, Easy On Me. Banger single. Heavy, dramatic performance from Adele. Basically, classic Adele, full of these really grand chords, subtle kick and bass groove, and a tune that just hits, man. The opening cut, Strangers by Nature, kind of feels almost a little bit like a separation anthem, like she's found comfort, or she wants to kind of just accept or just acknowledge that her and this other person are just kind of meant to be strangers. Dense Disney strings, some winding vocal layers and ringing electric keyboard. A really quaint tapestry of sounds that kind of sets a tone for what you should be expecting on this record. My Little Love, cloudy, distant R&B melodies and like choir as well, choir vocals. A touching, emotional piece about the connection that one has with their child, and how, but specifically in this case, a mother's child can sort of be that guide, that rock in toughness. And this track is sort of broken up by voice memos revealing anxieties and fears that she's been feeling over the last however many, or maybe weeks, could be months, talking about how she is scared of her loneliness. She's like, I normally like being alone. It's killing me at the moment. And while this track doesn't go anywhere crazy and it does kind of stay very low key, that coasts out really nicely. And honestly, it's hard to deny the impact of this song. Another excellent ballad on this record is the song I Drink Wine. Earnest song, very earnest song about self-acceptance and learning how to sort of, I suppose, get over yourself in a way. That's what the lyrics seem to point to anyway. It's pretty straightforward instrumentally, but the tune is on point, and the manipulated Adele vocals that almost sound like a children's choir, they're made to sound like a group of like kids singing out. It's really cool. Gives a whole lot of character. The track Hold On, really intimate atmosphere on this one. Feels like I'm sitting in a church and I'm just being serenaded, and that feeling is kind of intensified by some swells of organ and tinges of gospel in Adele's vocal performance as well. The song blossoms on the back end. It really opens up. In the last leg, we just get this sea of luscious instrumentation, all just kind of carrying Adele, and just it just feels like ascending. It just feels like ascension. A bit of a Nietzschean sort of philosophy on this track. I never thought I'd be saying that about an Adele record. No, seriously, this track is literally about like how the struggle and suffering can lead to great things. It can allow you to get out of your cocoon. It teaches you how to better cope when things kind of go south, or when things seem to go south for you. Live with the pain. Nietzsche, man.
It's actually Nietzsche.
To Be Loved makes me want to put on my cutest fairy princess dress and sob on my bathroom floor. No, I will not explain any further. Actually, no, I will explain why. This song is literally just Adele, piano, and it just slowly crescendos. As the song moves on, it just keeps getting just that little bit more intense and just that little bit more dramatic each time. I think this song is kind of a central point, a focal point of this record. It's a track that kind of details the dichotomy, I guess, of love. To love so deeply is to kind of lose sight of the things that are just as important to you, your career, your passions, the other stuff. Lovely, lovely track. Close to my favorite song on this record, I would say. Cutting, deep, fantastic. Closing track follows much of the same kind of progression. It starts off with some tremolo bowed strings and dynamic orchestral sections, and kind of western guitar in there as well. It's a bit quirky. And I love his pain kind of messaging on this one. And like with many other tracks on here, it kind of gets more grandiose. It gets more dense and luscious. By the end of the track, we've hit this fever pitch, and there's just all these vocal harmonies, and the song kind of at this point just kind of coasts out. And it's actually interesting because the track sort of fades out at this portion where she's sort of saying, you know, I'm a fool for them, and I'll do it all over again like I did then. I'll do it all again. Love is a fool's game. Which I think is a really cool little detail. It's easy to sort of be underwhelmed by an ending like that, but I think with the context that the lyrics give us with that portion of the track sort of ending how it does, it sort of makes just so much more sense. Look, I'm going to wrap this up by saying that I love this record. Besides, you know, there's a couple of tracks that sort of underwhelm me for whatever reason. They are a little tedious or by the numbers, generic, derivative, bland, trite. Apart from these sort of disappointing detours, this thing is full of really teary-eyed, really well-written and well-performed love ballads. Perfect album if you just want to curl up into a ball and just bawl your eyes out. I think Adele's really fleshed out the sound that she's obviously been shooting for most of her career, and it has paid dividends. Final score on this thing? 8.0 out of 10. Straight 8. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think about this Adele record. It's great, even if you're an Adele skeptic. Give it a go.
Oh yeah, it's good. Really good. Really good. Really good.
Bye, everybody! I'll get it one day.